name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. I'm feeling particularly splendid this fine Friday morning. I'm not sure when I'm putting this video out. Friday, Saturday, who knows? Or dares to... Well, I guess I will know because I'll do it. Listen, so, bit of a spoiler for the video. Not really. At least I think. I think that's what I'm going to be saying. The headline is Doctor Who to cross over with Spider-Man. Not really. Not really. What this is an article from Screen Rant who are convinced that Doctor Who has crossed over with Spider-Man. The most wonderful thing about Screen Rant is they're always wrong. They really have no clue about Doctor Who whatsoever. That's probably why they're very much in the bag for the current era. By the way, my revelation of the week for the current era. My revelation of why it's wrong, why it's failing, why it's not Doctor Who. Because, well, there's lots of reasons. But, I mean, for me, anyway, for me, I realised, going through all the Doctors, the one characteristic, the characteristics that remain constant throughout all the Doctors, I think define the Doctor, is that he's very authoritative. He knows everything. He knows what to do. And he's also very anti-authoritarian. And I love that schism that gives the character that builds in all these like contradictions of the character, how he can be a hero and also kind of like petty and he was definitely had the hump when Joe Grant left, and he was so yeah, it adds all that elements of humanity because you have this schism there. So that's why I think I love the character, right? He's an outsider. He's not afraid to be an outsider. Then you have Jodie Whittaker comes along, and she's not authoritative at all. She's like, I don't know what to do. What's going on? What? And she has no idea. And when she doesn't, she always screws it up. I mean, I'm not writing this. This is Chris Chibnall, right? And also, she's a horrible, horrible conformist. She's a blue check mark on Twitter. She only thinks to prescribe thoughts and is terrified of stepping outside. Yeah, so I think it's the absolute opposite of Doctor Who. And Doctor Who really made you feel safe to be an outsider. This Doctor Who hates you being an outsider. But anyway, that's an aside. Before we get into the video, can you hit the like button? Freaking awesome. Can you hit the share button? Also pretty darn awesome. I have to tell you, you guys are pretty darn awesome. And can you hit the subscribe button? It went up. It got up to we're up to 3,069 subscribers. Now let me tell you. 69, one of my favourite numbers. I think I will always tell you that. 69 is indeed one of my... Well, when I say one of my favourite numbers, I love the 6. 6 is awesome. Can't get enough 6. 9, fair. Take it or leave it. I don't know. Whatever. I'll do the 9 to get to the 6, but I love that 6. Anyway, 60, but then it went down again. As normally does after 69. That does happen. So yeah, like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much. If you're subscribed, make sure you're still subscribed. And what else? What else want to tell you? Comment. Let me know what you think. I got a billion comments I have to deal with. I always film these videos in the morning when I got like my comments for the last 24 hours to go. So I'm always like looking to go, oh my god, I'm never gonna get. I do. But I always freeze up. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Check out my Indiegogo. I actually did some work on this week. I'm kind of happy that, looking forward to it. I think we might be ending it soon. And I can get to the fulfillment. But yeah. So go check it out. 2 awesome comic books. We got Biblical Bible Stories, Ancient Creatures, Rashless Rogue. I wrote and drew this. Freaking awesome. 220 pages long. And 105 pages. The Imperium, a love letter to telefancy of the 1960s, James Bond, Emma Peel, Doctor Who, the Black Slab from 2001, and a monkey in a spacesuit, bit of Prisoner, bit of Thunderbirds. What could go wrong? You get a bunch of extras, a bunch of wonderful extras, like this poster, pin-up, whatever it'll be. All these kind of like salacious stuff, and I quite like salacious stuff. That's just me for you. Anyway, let's look at this insane article. Doctor Who hints the Doctor knows Spider-Man. I'm going to make a guess. No. And you've got it wrong. Okay? I'm going to make that guess. So let's find out together. Jacqueline Rayner, who's a solid writer. It was wonderful when people were employed on merit rather than identity. Thankfully, Jacqueline Rayner was... grandfathered in, and she's not watched. She's one of the few that hasn't been cancelled. So She has this book called Declan Knowledge, Legends of Camelot, hints the Doctor is actually friends with Spider-Man and knows his secret identity too. It strikes me it's one of the things that David Tennant's Doctor would have. Hey, Peter Parker's back. Okay, but let's say again, I'm being prejudicial. Let's read this together. The latest Doctor Who novel, Jacqueline Rayner, Legends of Camelot. She had a great column in Doctor Who magazine, and what was it? This was pre the not the new series, Russell D Davies revival. But it was good. You know. If I owned Doctor Who magazine, there's so much stuff I would just publish from there. You know, I would just but I would do yearbooks of Doctor Who in 1987, right? And just do a yearbook of all the reviews, everything. That would be really good. Make it as it'll be a massive nostalgia fest, but that's just me for you. Apparently the people who own Doctor Who magazine instead rather just employ people to spit vile and venom at their former customers, right? until they become former customers. Fine. The translation on camera says Doctor Who, no Spider-Man, an enigmatic wanderer through the fourth dimension. The Doctor has become something of a legend. Okay, I'm firstly amazing using the word he there, but okay. He has absolutely no idea how much impact he's had on our universe. I think he probably does, actually. According to the River song, the word doctor means healer or wise man. Well, it does. That's not according to River song. That's according to English. Actually comes from him. Oh, okay. So okay, fine. So they're saying the etymology of the word doctor, meaning healer or wise man, comes because bollocks. It's just a Moffat-y thing. He said as a throwaway line. Every now and again, he gets something of a shock though, as the Seventh Doctor did in Battle of Hill, where he learned that he was the basis for the legend of Merlin. Actually, one of those that was a good novelization. Ben Arrows wrote the novelization of that, and also Remembrance of the Daleks, and they're much shorter than the Virgin New Adventure novels. They're like, I don't know how many, probably about 30,000 words, right? 40,000 words. New Adventures are like 60, 70,000 words long. But it had that real harder edge adult feel to it, or at least it felt like adult when you're an adolescent. Fine. The Doctor's adventures have also brought. Okay, let me just backtrack for a second. When they said he was Merlin, the implication was it was a red-headed Malcolm McLaren-esque Doctor, future Doctor, who was in a parallel dimension with Morgaine and Arthurian legends and all that stuff. And then I think not in this book. I think in Shadows of Albion, written by Paul Cornell, great writer, massive douchebag, but a great writer. It was hinted that the Brigadier then goes to that dimension and becomes the king at some point, right? But there was a red-headed Doctor who was the basis for Merlin. The Doctor's adventure have also brought him into contact with a wide range of historical figures. Yeah, because it's kind of fun. I hate to tell you this. Spider-Man's not real. Some of those encounters have been on the small screen, such as memorable team-ups with William Shakespeare, Charles Dickens, and Man of the Pompadour. But he's also never been averse to name-dropping. But Jacqueline Rayner's Legends of Camelot includes the most surprising restaurant of all. He was oh god, okay. It's like clockwork. They start writing a Doctor Who episode, they're gonna get to the third paragraph and be clear. They've never seen Doctor Who. I think we're there. I think we're there. Is that the third paragraph? 1, 2. No, they did it in the second paragraph. Well, I say kudos to them. Plunge into the world of Arthurian legend, finally learning the truth behind his connection with Merlin. The Doctor can't help but advise the companion Donna on the stolen nature of heroism. The uncle of a friend of mine once said, with great power comes great responsibility. He was taking the piss! Oh, for God's sake. Okay, he was taking the piss. I'm sorry, I just don't think the Spider-Man Marvel universe, any of them, intersect with the Doctor Who universe. I really don't. Listen, if you want to think that, that's fair enough. He was taking the piss. But would I like a David Tennant Spider-Man team-up? Now that's interesting. Let's say, okay, this is how you could do it organically, so it worked. That he gets he lands and he's in like New York, and then Spider-Man swings by. It's like what, and he's in like the superhero universe, and basically he finds out at some point he's in the land of fiction. Right? That's how it would work. That's totally, or it's a toy maker, toy maker trap. Toy maker. Man, they should bring back the toy maker. No, Chibnall, don't touch anything. You don't. No, not you. You shouldn't make a toy maker. But toy maker's such a great villain. There's Big Finish did a bunch of ones with was it David Balili? I think it was his name. The guy who did the second voice for K9. He was also the villain in Robots of Death. I can't remember the name of the actor. He was really good as a toy maker. Yeah, they did, what was it, a recreation of Nightmare Fair, which is the 1985 story they were going to bring him back for, and it was really good. He was really good, and he was with an 8th Doctor one. I think there was the 7th Doctor story with a toy maker on Big Finish. Yeah, but I'm saying if Doctor Who ever comes back and is good, I would love to see the toy maker return. Maybe the toy maker trapping the master instead, right? Wouldn't that be crazy? Okay, fine. This stuff kind of writes itself. The Doctor muses the real Morgan and Arthur both had great power, and forgot that last part. It's clear, I think clearly. It's a clear allusion to Spider-Man as beloved Uncle Ben, made all the more curious because Doctor Who avoids giving name usually for it was a joke. Kathleen Rayner was joking in an organic way through the speech patterns of David Tennant, right? It was a joke. Clear allusion to Spider-Man about Uncle Ben, made all more curious because the Doctor avoids giving the name. They didn't want to pay for copyright. Exactly. I mean, assuming they would you have to? I don't know. Unusually for him, suggests he was attempting to preserve Spider-Man's secret identity and a history he wasn't sure was supposed to be public knowledge. The implication is that the Doctor is a good friend of Spider-Man. Is he one of the Amazing Friends? Let me think. And knows his secrets and doesn't want to share them. No, that's not that's the implication if you've been in a car crash and they're checking you for a head injury, right? That's not the implication. The implication was he was taking the piss, right? The implication, it was a joke. Amusingly enough, this isn't the first time Doctor has hinted the Marvel Universe is real in his part of the world. God, you're clutching at straws. Marvel once owned the rights of Doctor Who comics, and in Death's Head number 8, they told a story in which the bounty on Death's Head failed to take him down. Yeah, they wanted to shrink down Death's Head, the character Death's Head, and spin him off, make him his own thing. But it was very big, so they had him go up against the Doctor. I think, is this the second time? No, they had him go up against the 7th Doctor. I think, was it Follow That TARDIS? I can't remember the name of the strip, but they had the Doctor use the Master's tissue compressor eliminator, is that what it's called? And it shrunk him down to human size, right, rather than being giant. But come on, it was a con, for God's sake. I mean, again, I'm kind of into the idea now of a David Tennant crossing over with the Marvel Universe. I just think that would be really kind of fun. If I could do more comic books, I would do a whole range of Doctor Who comics. I'll change it so I wouldn't be sued there. But I would so do this. I have him go to the movie crossover with Spider-Man. It just sounds like fun. They told a story in which the bounty hunter failed to take him down. The Doctor dumped the defeated Death's Head on Earth on top of the Baxter building, letting the Fantastic Four clean up the mess. So there's a precedent for arguing two franchises exist in the same reality. Again, no, there isn't. You're just a moron, right? There's a precedent. The precedent is assuming that Screen Rant is written by knuckle-dragging morons, and I think you are establishing that precedent right now, aren't you? Even if Manuel were to be fictional in Doctor Who, though, it doesn't mean that isn't much of a marvel. This reference is being made in the book where the Doctor learns the truth about the legends of Camelot, suggesting reality and fiction, legends of history are much more merged in this world. Yeah, I think it was. Probably all-consuming fire. Andy Lane, New Adventures book, again, quite good. It was like, oh, they did a Big Country did an adaptation of it. You had a prelude where the first Doctor is hanging out with Conan Doyle and like Holmes and Watson are real. They just change their names, right? That kind of thing just happens a lot. Kind of suggesting the reality of fiction. There's even a so-called land of fiction. Yes, that. Hello. I came up with that in the second paragraph in Doctor Who. Another dimension where every figment of imagination is made real. Not every figment. No. Oh, I'm not going to stop and explain the mind robber to you now. And the Doctor could have met Spider-Man there. Could have done. If so, they must have hit it off with Peter Parker choosing to tell the Doctor his origin story. Or maybe he just knows Spider-Man's origin story because he's set in our world, which has Spider-Man as a character. So there you go. Screen rant, never failing to get something wrong. Once again, I love you, Screen Rant. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you are notified when new videos drop.